Overcoming lust is actually quite simple. My name is Akash, and in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how I broke free from lust and became extremely dedicated to my purpose. Now you know exactly why you clicked on this video. Lust is probably destroying your life, whether that be PMO or you've fixed the issues you've had with PMO and you're actually starting to attract real women, but you're noticing the lust inside your brain and your perspective is ruining your relationships with women. And I'm going to help you break free of that right now. Now, before we continue on with the video, if you guys would do me the huge favor of liking the video now and subscribing to the channel, because we are on the road to 10K subscribers, and I genuinely love making this sort of content for you guys. It is a big passion of mine, so if you guys would help the journey and hit that subscribe button now, I would really appreciate it. Now, before we go on with how to actually overcome lust, you guys need to know how I personally started. Back in high school, I used to struggle a lot with PMO addiction. I used to struggle with jerking off and gooning, essentially. And I was able to overcome that by the time I went to college, and I went to a very, very big party school. I went to Arizona State University, which was a huge party school, and then I struggled with the lust of hooking up with a bunch of strangers who essentially did nothing for me. And those relationships essentially did nothing to aid my life. So I've struggled with both ends of lust. And honestly, in my opinion, I know it's all crazy to say, but I genuinely think, I do think that actually being able to attain a woman and struggling with that sort of lust is much better than struggling with the PMO side of things, because you're actually, at least you're actually having intercourse with a woman versus having intercourse with your hand. I feel like there's a big discrepancy there, and so I 100% think what was going on in college for me was much better than what the issues I had in high school. But the point I'm trying to make is lust is bad for you regardless. And if I had the advice that I'm about to give you guys when I was 18 years old, or even younger, maybe 16 years old, I would have gotten on the right path even more quicker than I did. I'm currently 22 years old and I'm doing very, very well for myself. But I could have been on a better path even earlier in my life if I had the advice I'm about to give you guys. And I'm going to give you guys some tactical advice on how to overcome lust, specifically PMO, and once you overcome that stage, a lot of men fall into the lust category with actual women, which we will talk about. Step one, you need to get off social media. When I first started my NoFap journey, I was like, of course porn's bad, but I hadn't removed any of the triggers in my life. I would start with motivation, but by day 2 or 3, the urges would be almost overwhelming, where I just want to fucking just jerk off. And once I had done that, it was like, okay, well, I've already messed up for today. Let me just go crazy today and I'll restart tomorrow. And that would just turn on to a full-on gooning session. And that cycle literally would last for years. But now it's almost like not even a thing for me, where I don't even think about masturbating. And if you guys want to know my full story with that, I would highly recommend checking out my last video. In the last video, we talked about how porn can destroy your life. In this video, we're going to talk about how to actually overcome it. So when you delete social media, you're essentially removing the triggers in your life, because as much as you want to deny it, social media is softcore porn. It is that simple. As soon as you open Instagram, Reddit, YouTube, Snapchat, either it could be girls messaging you, you see some booty on Instagram, you see half-naked girls all over Instagram or Snapchat or Reddit, and you immediately just get tempted. That's like someone who's recovering from alcoholism, going to a bar every night with his friends but choosing not to drink. You have to set your environment up for success. And I'm a big believer in not using social media at all unless you're monetizing it. I am a very, very big believer in it. Choose to live in your current reality versus the reality that you have on your phone screen. Because there is nothing beneficial coming from social media if you are not monetizing your platforms. Number 2, you need to delete dating apps. I know how that sounds. Back in college, I used to have dating apps, and it's gonna sound weird, but I don't want to come off as douchey, but I'm not like normal men. I'm 6'3", I'm dark, I'm fairly attractive, and I have very high quality pictures. And my profile used to get 100 likes a day, if not more. But I felt almost degenerate every single time I would open it, because you're pretty much creating a shopping cart. You're inherently online shopping for women, and people may not find it that deep, but in my opinion it truly is. And if you're trying to overcome lust, specifically PMO, or just having mindless hookups with women, you have to get off dating apps, because the more you're on these apps, it's almost like you get caught in this mindset of just objectifying women, of objectifying every girl. Swipe left, swipe right, swipe left, swipe right. That is not the way to meet women. We need to be meeting women like our fathers and our grandfathers did, where you look at a girl, you make eye contact, you both smile, and it just happens naturally. You go up to her and start up a conversation, whatever it may be. That is the right way to meet a girl, organically. Dating apps do nothing for you except put you in a shopping cart mindset with women and make you feel degenerate, dirty, and empty, because all you're doing is objectifying and inherently just, like, once again, online shopping for women. You have to get off dating apps. Take it from me. Step 3, you need to be filling the vacuum with something meaningful. Now that you're not wasting your time messaging girls, gooning, watching porn, and you have all this extra free time, what do you actually do? You need to find your purpose. You need to fill that time frame with something meaningful. For me, my purpose is pushing myself in the gym and making the best content that I possibly can for you guys. That is my passion, that is my purpose. And I would highly recommend for anyone who's trying to fill this vacuum with something meaningful, that should be your purpose too. You need to think about creating your own business and also pushing yourself in the gym. There is nothing bad that can ever come out of those two things. And when you're building your own business and you're pushing yourself mentally and physically in the gym, you have no time to think about lust. You have no time to think about messaging that girl just for that release or watching porn, because all your time and energy will be put into your purpose. And as a man, there is nothing more powerful than that. And this also applies to women too, especially if jacking off and whatever it may be for you, whatever stage of lust you're in that you're going through, especially if those are your biggest problems right now, you need to figure out a way to leave the house, push yourself in the gym or some sort of physical activity, and then come home and focus on doing the work. Something that is extremely meaningful to you, a passion. And that leads me to my last and final point. When the urge hits, you need to move physically. Now, this is specifically for the people struggling with PMO. Sometimes you could do everything right and you just have those days where the urge is hitting and you just want to get some stress out of the way and just watch some porn and we've all been there, let's not lie. But when that urge hits, you need to move physically. Because if you are trying to master your 20s, there can be zero porn or masturbation allowed. You need to stop wasting your sexual energy. So when the days hit where you're feeling unmotivated, you need to remember that you cannot be wasting your sexual energy, which is why when the urge hits, move physically. Get up, leave the room, leave your gooning zone, wherever that is, your bed, your desk, whatever that may be. You need to leave that area immediately, and you need to go do something. Go take a walk, go play some basketball, go to the gym. You need to move physically. That breathe deeply advice never works. It will never work for you. It's gonna sound weird, but it's okay to be hard. Those who act on lust, who go on with jerking off, who go on to hook up with random women, those who choose to stare at women, those are the people who are struggling with lust. We all have those desires, where you think about a girl and you get hard. That's fine. If you get hard, you don't just have to start just jacking off. Like, you don't have to do that. You can just be hard and let the bodily functions go and come and go and come. We are men with high testosterone, at least those of you who are doing the right stuff. And if you're not doing the right stuff, continue to watch my videos. But it is okay to have those bodily functions come and go, come and go. You are going to get hard if you are healthy. Once again, you don't have to go and just start fucking jacking off like a fucking idiot. You can just embrace it for what it is And when that urge does hit and you feel like it's uncontrollable, get up and move physically. Especially at night, that was a big struggle for me, was at night when I was in my bed, but I did what I had to do. And those first 2 weeks specifically were hell, but I did what I had to do, and I would literally get up in the middle of the night and just leave my room and go to my balcony or go to my backyard and just like walk around for a little bit until the sensation died down, and then I'd go back to sleep. Because I would rather do the hard work then than wake up the next morning and feel like a piece of shit, because let's face it, jerking off brings you a lot of shame. And I didn't want to be the person with shame in my life anymore. That was what was holding me back. And if there's anything that you can take from this video, it's that right there. Is that shame is going to be the factor that is holding you back. That is what worked for me. No fancy tips, no random 3-minute TikTok video, just pure raw action. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys got any videos you want me to make, drop it in the comment section below. Damn, my outro's redundant now, but we're gonna do it anyway. Make sure to like, share, subscribe if you're new. And without further ado, I'm out. Peace.